Hi everybody, so I hope you're having a nice day so far. So this is a long overdue video of the Wanwu Escapod. Sometimes it's called the Escaped, depending on what site you go on, but I assume that's a mistranslation, so I think it's Escapod, or at least that seems to make the most sense to me. So this one's made in titanium. It's around about 60mm long by 25mm thickness, and it's about 62 grams, which is actually written on the packaging there. It's accurate. So yeah, now the reason why this has taken me so long to do is I was kind of still getting used to it, and I've had other things to do, other things to sort of make videos of, so this kind of got pushed back. So I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of my viewers are familiar with Wanwu. They make very good products, and this slider is mechanical, but it's, I guess, a kind of successor to the Hi-Fi Boy, which they made before this, but that was magnetic. Now, I don't have a Hi-Fi Boy. I actually really wish I did in titanium. That was what I wanted initially. But you just can't get them anywhere. They're sold out everywhere. So I was looking at this, but I wasn't quite sure. And then I think, you know, I didn't want to get stainless steel Hi-Fi Boy. I wasn't sure whether I would like it. I actually ended up with a clone, which I'm not going to show on here. I don't want to advertise clones, but I don't have, you know, oodles amounts of cash to spend on fidgets, and I'm not sponsored, so I don't get sent stuff for free. So I tried that and I thought, yeah, I like this. I'm gonna go and get the titanium Escapod. So yeah, so you can buy this. When you buy this, it comes in this case here. It's a typical Wanwu case. Very solid plastic actually. Stylized, comes in a vacuum sealed bag, and you get a lot of spare parts, and you get tools to take it apart, so you get everything you need packaged with it, which is brilliant. Fantastic. Now you can buy 2 sets of accessories, so you can get dents, what they call dense paragraph pieces, and then I think they call this soft single click paragraph pieces, which I will show in the video as well. I'll have to sort of make some cuts and edits, but just to show you what comes in the pack and how this works. So it's basically just a slider, and I kind of just tend to use it like this. I think another YouTuber sort of said it's like a, I think it was Sean, I think he said it's like a, you use it kind of like a syringe. I think his was on the Hi-Fi Boy. Very much the same, use it in the same way. They're numbered as well, so this one is number 67. There are some little balls in the end here, I assume, to just sort of stop any damage on the end pieces. Sorry, this is really hard to see. But yeah, you've got some little bits there just to stop some damage on these parts. And basically what you have is you have a basically some balls in there, so a ball either side, and then a spring in the middle, and that's how it works. And then you've got some pieces here, which I will show in more detail. These are like, I guess, the paragraph pieces, and they are indented to create different feels, different tactile and different clicks. So it feels a little bit rattly. It's not a problem, it's just the way it goes together. But let's just show what comes in the package. So you've got 2 basically drivers here, So everything you need to basically switch it up. So you've got the thicker one here for this screw, thinner one here for this screw. So the bigger screw, basically you can just take those out and then you have access to the balls and the springs. The smaller screw, that changes the paragraph pieces, and that's what I'm going to call them for the sakes of this video. So basically, we've got some stickers in there. You get lots of spare parts. So it has stainless steel balls in there standard anyway, but you get some spare ones. You get some silicon nitride balls as well, and I'm not sure if these are these white ones, whether they're plastic or ceramic. I haven't used them. And then you get 4 spare screws. Now, weirdly, you don't get spares of the big screws, which I think is a bit of a shame. So if you lose them, because they're quite specialised as well, I think. So yeah, a bit of an oversight, I think. Now, you get different screws depending on the kind of resistance you want from the mechanical feeling. So the top ones, these are like a softer kind of feeling. The middle ones, they're like the standard. So I think they've got standard ones in there, so you basically get a spare set. And then these are the strong feedback springs, which I tend to use most of the time. Spoiler alert. I don't think I've ever used the soft ones. I tend to jump around between the standard and the strong. So you get quite a lot in the package, and as I said, you get everything you need to change it up a little bit. So you've got the balls will provide different, you know, depending on the material, it's going to provide a different feeling, and then the springs themselves are going to provide different kind of feedback. So I think it's a pretty neat package. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this comes apart. And I apologise for my lighting here. This is about, I think, the 6th time I've tried to film this. Basically, the light outside is quite a cloudy day outside, and I've had to draw the curtains because it's just causing havoc with contrast and saturation. So basically, got the bigger driver first to get these bigger screws out. And what's quite nice is it's not like you have to hold it really, you know, tight or anything. You know, those springs are under a little bit of tension, but it's not going to come off. So that's quite nice. Those springs kind of attach it to this middle section as well. So basically, you can pull this out and you can pull it out completely. There we go. Not, you know, things don't fly everywhere, which is nice. So there's a spring. So there's 2 balls. And here we go, you can see the paragraph pieces in there. So these have, I guess you'd say, let's have a look. So you've got 1, 2, 3, I guess, kind of indents there. You've got a little one there, a little dip there, and a little dip there. So that's what it comes with standard. Now, to remove those pieces, which I'm going to do now, in fact, what I'm going to do is just quickly take this side apart. Now, you can mix up, if you buy the accessory sets, you can mix up like what paragraph pieces you put in. You've got complete control, so you can change the balls different sides. You could put a couple, you know, 2 dense paragraph pieces in and 2 soft paragraph pieces in. It's up to you, really. You can change it up. I've not experimented overly with that because personally I don't really have the time, and I kind of liked one thing and then just got kind of, you know, stuck using that. So but you know, you can do it. It's easily done. Like I said, you've got complete control. So there's the middle piece there. One way I like to keep track of a side that I've already done is whether you've got the numbered, so the numbered side and its corresponding side. That's just for example. So this is the numbered side, and that's its corresponding side. So on a horizontal plane. If I've already done that bit, then I know the next bit I've got to edit is the one that has no number. So, yeah, if that makes sense, that's the way I keep track of what I've already done and what I've already changed. Right, so, moving on. So, to remove the paragraph pieces, it's going to be this little screw. And it's so easy. It's easy, it's just takes a little while to change everything. There we go. And there's a little screw there. And that's a paragraph piece, so you can see you've got a little screw hole there. So you have 4 of these. So that's why it can be a little bit tedious to kind of take it apart all the time. So they don't need to be over tightened either when you put them back in. They kind of just sit in, and then they don't work themselves out or anything like that, which is really good. It's very well made, I have to say. So there we go. So there's the 2 side pieces for the paragraphs, and then the main middle piece for the springs and the balls. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to move these. So these were the ones that came as standard. Right, so for science, I'm going to put the dense paragraph in, because I have to say these are my favourite. So the accessories as well, so you have to buy these separately, but they come with spare springs. I'm not sure what strength these springs are. I'm going to assume they're standard. Doesn't say. You get a whole load more spare balls in each material and 4 spare screws again, and then you get each paragraph piece individually wrapped. Okay, so I don't need these because I'm just going to use the ones I've already used, so I've always left these unused. So if I just quickly get these out, I have to say, packaging wise, and I think the attention to detail with Wanwu products is fantastic, and not every retailer does this, so I am very impressed with that. So here we go. So here are the dense paragraph pieces. So these have a lot of different little ridges this time, or indents. So I'd say you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. I don't know if these end bits count, these angled bits, but this provides more clicks basically than the so if you compare to the ones that came stock, you can see they've got shallower indents or dips. These have got deeper ones, but you've got more with this. So I think when they say dense, they mean, you know, you've got more clicks basically. So they need to go in first. So whenever you reassemble, the paragraph pieces have to go in first. Now you can see there's a, it's really hard to see with the black. So there is a slot here, and they just literally sit in. Can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. And then I just hold it between my finger and my thumb like that while I get the screw in, so it can line up the screw hole, which again is really hard to see because it's black. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can to do this. There we go. So again, as I said, you could mix this up however you want. You could put, so say for instance, I'm just doing one side piece for now, but that has 2 paragraph pieces in it. So I could do one dense paragraph piece here and then one stock one here, so one of these if I wanted to. I'm not going to here because I think it'll just get a little bit too complex because there are so many different combinations you could potentially do. And quite frankly, I don't have enough time, and I don't think that's going to make for an interesting video, really. I think the majority of people probably wouldn't bother to watch that. Get these back in. And yeah, like I said, you don't have to over tighten, just to the point where they're snug, and that's it, they'll stay. Right, next piece. So they're ready. So they're both done. Next piece, I'm going to stick to the steel balls and the same springs just to show you the same effect and sound just with the dense paragraph things. I don't want to change too much to confuse how this comes across, if that makes sense. So what I do is I'll show that again. So I put one side on say my middle finger there, just hold it with my thumb, put a ball in. It's not going to go anywhere because my finger's blocking it on the other side. Then put the spring in. Oh, don't drop the spring, put the spring in. Okay, and then get another ball and sit that on top. So if I just show you, so they are slightly under tension there. If I push that. So the next thing you do is just obviously get it around the right way. So this, remember, this end has to, it comes into contact with the bottom of this piece here. So I just literally slip this on. I can show. There we go. That's on. So the ball hasn't fallen out. It's very easy. Hold it the right way. It's very easy. You have to push this all the way through in order for it to line up, obviously, with the hole for the screw. You get these bigger screws. And again, just to the point where it's snug. No need to over tighten. Especially as you don't get any spares of this. Of these bigger screws. So there we go. That's in. So let's just quickly do this one. So ball in, spring. If I've ever said screw instead of spring, by the way, I'm sorry. That seems to be some weird thing I do. I do stutter sometimes, so as well. So I apologise. So there we go. Slip that on. Not full stutter, but yeah, I do muddle up my words sometimes, especially doing videos. I get quite nervous, so anyway, excuse me if I've done that. So there we go, let's just get these in. So they're in. So this has like a kind of like a zippy sound and feeling. So the feedback isn't much. Let's see how many clicks are there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. Let's do it with 2 hands. More control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 8 clicks there, and it's really nice. I do bounce, so the dense ones are my favourite, as I've said, but I do bounce them back and forth between the standard springs, which are in there at the moment, and the strong springs, which are included with the fidget. I kind of go back and forth because I think the standard springs give a crisper sound, while the stronger springs, they give better feedback, like a bit of a stronger feedback, but the sound isn't as crisp. It's a bit more mellow. I do tend to put the silicon nitride balls in as well, so I don't tend to use the stainless steel balls. But even set up as is, it's rather nice. And I will just say, compared to the Hi-Fi Boy, the ergonomics and the shape of this is just much nicer to hold. Obviously, like I said, I've only got a clone of the Hi-Fi Boy. I'm sorry. If I could get one in titanium, I would totally have one. But I can't get one. But yeah, the angles on the Hi-Fi Boy, you can even see from photos and things like that, it is a bit hot spotty. Whereas this, it's not completely free of hot spots, but all these edges here, they are smoothed. It's just really nice to hold, especially here. Like, the way I use it is a bit like a syringe, just like Sean at Fidget Fix. I don't know, your fingers just sit really nicely there. Everything's just rounded and smoothed off, and I just think it's much more appealing, like in the hand, and also visually more appealing. It looks more stylized. It looks really cool. I think they've done some more materials, I think, lately, and I think they've restocked the Ultim version. That was sold out when I bought this, but I knew I wanted titanium anyway. Yeah, it's very pleasing and quite easy to just turn over in the hand like this. So yeah, it took a while to grow on me. The clicks are not as strong as, say, a magnetic slider, but it's still very nice to use. I do find that mechanical sliders tend to be much more subtle, but more accurate with like that kind of crispy, clicky sound. Magnets are very, I would say, forceful, I guess. You know, because that force between the magnets is making them snap together quite harshly, whereas mechanical, you can really have a lot of control over the sound, the clicks, and you can be quite gentle with it, and it's nice. I do like it. What I'll do is I'll just cut, so you don't have to see me dismantling it again, and I'll show you the soft, sort of more singular click inserts or paragraphs. Okay, just a quick note before I cut to these being assembled. One thing I forgot about the softer accessory pack is that these are sloped, so they are not the same on both sides like the other ones, so there is a slight angle slightly upwards. So the way I put them in, I don't know if you can do it both ways, or if this is correct or whatever, is so that the shallower part of the slope is at the end here, and it goes upwards on both sides. You can see. So that's how that's put together, okay? Okay, so here I am, all done. So these are set up with the other accessory pack, so with the soft paragraphs or single click paragraphs. I did a Google Translate on that and it was a bit strange, so please correct me if you've got a better translation for it. So yep, they're set up with the stainless steel balls and the standard springs from stock. So the only thing that's changed is the paragraph. So it's my least favourite one, to be honest. So it's kind of like a 2-click, and I don't really like 2-click sliders really very much. So I guess out of the 3 from stock, dense and soft, I would say these are my least favourite. I mean, if I've got those paragraphs set up the wrong way, then please correct me, but yeah, it's yeah, I don't really enjoy it like that. So anyway, I think the more I use this, the more I enjoy it. But definitely, I think, yeah, the reason why it's taken me so long to do a video is because I've just been trying different things and I couldn't work out whether I actually preferred the stock or the dense. I think really the dense is the winner. Not all retailers do both accessory packs or have them available for sale, because again, you have to buy them separately. I think G1 had both of them, because I'm pretty sure I got this from G1. But I would say I think most retailers I saw just did the dense, and really I think that's the only one that's really worth buying extra. Unless you like something a bit softer and 2-click, then yeah, by all means. The sound is definitely quite crisp on these ones. But yeah, I overall prefer the other 2. So going back to the Hi-Fi Boy, I know there has been crystallized titanium versions, but they're very expensive, and also I don't like the garish colours, to be honest. I'm quite boring. I like either plain metal colour or black. You know, I just think it just looks more refined and elegant, personally, for me. But yeah, so if I could ever get one of the old titanium ones, the Hi-Fi Boy, if they ever re-release them, restock them, I would totally jump on that. Completely different feel, magnets to mechanical, so if you prefer mechanical, then the Escapod is probably the way to go. One thing I will say about the Escapod, which is again why it's taken me so long to do a video on this, is it does tend to have, not so much on this one, on this accessory pack, but definitely on the other 2, has a kind of ding 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 kind of sound in the background to the clicks. And I know that's actually quite popular because I seem to be seeing a lot of mechanical sliders out there that have got that kind of ding 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 sound. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. I think I've got some tinnitus because I've grown up playing drums. I've probably damaged my hearing along the way, and I am quite averse to sort of high-pitched dings. So I think that's another reason why I wasn't sure how best to go about video for this. And also, I really like it, but I don't know, I might sell it, I'm not sure. It's a perfectly capable slider, and I love the modularity, and you can do so many different configurations with everything available. But I think because of those dings, I don't quite enjoy it as much as probably other mechanical fidgets that I have, like the Mock Groove, which don't have that kind of high-pitched sound. I mean, I think I'm in the minority. I think the general trend is going towards those kind of sounds lately. Like I said, they seem to be popular, but for me personally, I'm not a fan, so I don't know. I may sell this. Still can't decide, because sometimes it's like I'm really enjoying it, like doing this video. Actually, it's the first time I've picked it up in a couple of weeks, because I've just been all over skill toys lately, and I actually really enjoyed using it with those 2 again. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do, but yeah, like I said, I think I'm in the minority. I just don't like those kind of high-pitched ringing noises. kind of grates on me a little bit. It's not so bad, to be honest, with this. Like it's it is kind of doable. I'll tell you what, let's just, for science, I'll put it back to stock and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, so I'm back to stock. So back to the original paragraph pieces, back to, obviously kept the same springs and balls in there. So I don't think it's coming up on the audio. It may not. But there is a ringing in there that I just can't get away from, but I think a lot of people would like. Yeah. God, it is nice though. It is really nice. Like the feedback is really quite nice. And this is just the standard spring, so I know that, you know, you can get stronger feedback with the stronger springs. But that ringing doesn't really go away with the stronger springs, even though it seems to kind of dampen the clicks a bit. It's really odd and it's really hard to explain. But if you like this kind of thing, maybe worth a look into. But I hope this video kind of illustrates, you know, how it's used, how it goes apart, how it comes apart, how it goes together, how you can change up a lot of different things, especially if you've bought the extra accessory packs. Just Wanwu products that have always impressed me. They've always been very, very good, very well made, go together well, and you get, you know, you get everything. I had the Wanwu stone spinner, which I also really liked. I did sell it eventually, but it's just because I prefer heavier spinners. And it was titanium, but it was absolutely lovely. Came with a lot of spares, everything you needed. And again, same with this. So highly recommend Wanwu, the Escapod and the Hi-Fi Boy. I may try and find a titanium, you know, the black and white, because I think it's the same colour scheme. So I think it was the more silvery, sort of plain stainless steel colour for the Hi-Fi Boy, for stainless steel, then black and raw for the titanium. So if I can find one, maybe second hand, I'll probably get one, but I would love it if Wanwu just re-released the normal titanium one so that I could just buy one. I would love that. It's a very different feeling to the mechanical, and the magnetic ones, I would, you know, imagine they don't have that kind of ringing sound. So personally, if I could, I would probably get the Hi-Fi Boy in titanium, just for my own personal preference, because I don't like those ding ding dings. I mean, this isn't very, it's not like some other sliders with the high pitched kind of ringing clicks, but it's close. But yeah, very nice, good quality. So yeah, I hope that's helpful to anyone looking at this. I don't think there have been many other videos, if any at all, on this particular fidget, so I hope that's helpful at least. So thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, have a lovely day.